Hey doing everyone, welcome back. Well, you're probably aware that the government is still shut down. This is, I don't know what day, 10 or 11 or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm recording this as the calendar just flipped from October 10th to the 11th is as I'm recording this, right? So, yeah. But the government is shut down, which means all kinds of things, doesn't it? That means that we are deploying National Guard without them getting paid. Uh, you know, Sending them to our own cities, and they're not getting paid for it. We've got several other agencies that are shut down. Social Security, because senior citizens don't need their Social Security. Medicare, they don't need that. Medicaid, because screw those poor people and their health care, right? SNAP benefits, because poor people don't need to eat, do they? All kinds of things that are being affected. And yet, the majority party is blaming the minority party, who has control of, by the way, nothing, for shutting it down, right? One party has the White House and both chambers of Congress, right? One party has all three. So explain to me how it's the party that is out of power that's responsible. Explain that to me, could you? Because I don't know, I'm not getting it here. Now, I do understand that, in the Senate, some things do require 60 votes, and the Republicans don't have 60, right? There are, 53 Republicans, if I remember correctly, right? It's like 53-47, I think, is the split. Or is it 52 to 52-48 or 53-47? The Republicans have the majority in the House, and there you only need a simple majority. Which, by the way, Mike Johnson, hey, buddy, pal, come here. That new congresswoman from Arizona that was just elected, swear her in. Oh, wait, never mind. She's going to be the 218th vote on that discharge petition, isn't she? You'd rather protect a pedophile than swear her in, right? You don't want the Epstein files released, do you? But I got sidetracked a little bit there, right? Protecting pedophiles is more important than keeping our government running, right? So, Mike Johnson wants to blame Hakeem Jeffries. John Thune wants to blame Chuck Schumer. And don't get me wrong, I got no use for Chuck Schumer. Never have, right? He is an out of touch, over the hill, washed up, whatever he is, that needs to just go away and let somebody else take that position. Just go away. If you have been in the United States Senate since before smartphones became a thing, yeah, you probably should go. Or, you know what? I'll even give you the smartphones. right? Fine. If you've been in there since before smartphones, that's fine. We'll let you have that one. But if you have been in the Senate, or the House for that matter, if you were there before most people had internet access, okay, now it's time for you to go. Now it's time for you to go, right? You know, before people had cell phones, you know, back when everybody had a landline, right? You gotta go. In fact, some people have been in Washington for so long. I'm looking at you, Chuck Grassley, senator from Iowa, who is what, 183 years old or however old you are. Dude's in his 90s, right? He's in his 90s. I literally don't remember a senator before him. He was elected for the first time in 1980. Okay, I don't remember anybody before him. So, if you have been in Washington since the days of rotary phones, you know, before the Atari became a thing, like before Pac-Man fever kicked in, yeah, you gotta go. You have got to go. You know, we need term limits. But I got sidetracked on a little bit of a tirade, right? I do that sometimes, you probably noticed, right? Because, well, I distract myself at times. Government is shut down. And somehow it's the fault of Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer. Right. Because they're the ones in power, right? No. Mike Johnson, John Thune, Donald Trump. Donald Trump, you're the ultimate deal maker, aren't you? Didn't you write a book, The Art of the Deal? Isn't that what you campaigned on the very first time you ran? Hey, you know what? I can make deals with anybody, right? I can negotiate anything. You're the same guy who said that the Civil War, I think that could have been negotiated. Yeah. Yep. Could have been negotiated. You would have given Jefferson Davis everything that he wanted. But he probably doesn't even know who Jefferson Davis was. But, yeah. Government is shut down because the greatest deal maker to ever make a deal can't make a deal. Come on, Donnie, if you're so good at making deals, get it done. Get it done. You know, you're going to have to make some kind of a concession to get the Senate Democrats to go on board. You're going to have to give up something. You're going to have to give them something. What is it? I don't know. Don't know. Maybe it's, hey, get the fucking National Guard out of our cities. Actually, it's healthcare related, isn't it? Yeah. How about stop cutting Medicaid? Stop cutting Medicaid. Yeah. And, you know, of course they're going to the Republicans going to tell you, well, we're only taking it away from the illegal immigrant, well, their terms, illegal aliens, and young able-bodied men who choose not to work. Yeah, well, there are more people unemployed than there are jobs available. Okay, so you're still going to have people who are out of a job. You're still going to have people out of a job. You know, a few years ago, we had more jobs than we had people to fill them. Now, a lot of those jobs are gone. You know, and people aren't working for peanuts these days. They know their worth, right? They know that they can't get by on $10 an hour. You know, so I'm sorry, guy my age, you offer me a job at $15 an hour? Yeah, right. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm worth more than that, and I know it. So, you know, so, yeah, let's just stop paying people. Oh, by the way, you know, those military personnel, right? They don't have the option of just not showing up to work, and they're not getting paid. And, you know, we have had more shutdowns under Donald Trump than any other president. Now, I don't remember if there were any shutdowns under Clinton. I don't think there were. There may have been one. But no shutdowns under Bush. One in 8 years of Obama, right? One. In Trump's first term, it shut down what? Was it once or twice that it shut down? Right? Pretty sure it was twice. That's in 4 years. The government didn't shut down at all under Biden. So, this is, I want to say it's our fourth government shutdown this century. 3 of which came under one president. What's that tell you? The greatest deal maker to ever make a deal can't make a deal. Because maybe he's full of shit. You ever stop to think about that? He doesn't know what he's doing. He's out of his depth. He knows it. And he's not even calling the shots. I mean, listen to that guy talk, right? His brain, you know, I've heard people say that his brain is mashed potatoes. No. No, 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 no. Mashed potatoes. More like cottage cheese. I mean, it's gone, you know. His brain is gone. I'm surprised it's not literally leaking out of his ears at this point. He's not calling the shots. More than likely it's Stephen Miller, because I don't think Vance Vance is just opportunistic. I don't think he is as full-blown evil as Miller. He's just an opportunistic prick that can't be trusted. Miller is just outright evil. He's the one calling the shots. And it shows. Miller is cool with, everything that's going on right now. He's okay with, your parents and grandparents not getting Social Security checks or their Medicare and Medicaid, and if you're low income, yeah, you don't need your health care, you don't need to eat. It's your own fault. It's your own fault. Because you're not a good enough person to be rich. Oh, Stevie. Just wait. Just wait, Stevie. Enjoy the power now while you have it, because it's not going to last long. It's not going to last long. Anyway, I'll catch you next time.